Hello, Cancer. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Delema Tarot. Delema? Yes. It's by Renata Lechner. That's how you spell it. In case you are, she's the one who created it. The supportive oracle cards are by Lucy Cavendish, the magical spell cards. Already shuffled. We'll do the relationship first, single second, and I think we're ready. Alright. I'm holding on here because I already want to talk about your partner for some reason. And, like, they're looking for answers. And your partner, I feel like this has a lot to do with your partner. In the sense of, like, it's originating on their side. They're looking for some type of answer. And I'm getting there's spiritually where they're standing seems to be connecting. I'm not getting a lot of conversation. I'm getting they're trying to figure things out. They got the Hermit with the Isis inspiration, which when I see this card, it makes me feel about looking deeper into yourself, your own true strength. Like when I think of the goddess, that type of thing. Not like I don't get caught up in the. Just because somebody takes something doesn't mean they get to own it in the sense of like that group. But when I'm thinking about the goddess, this is a strength thing. This is somebody looking at themselves, owning their own power, moving forward with what they want. A lot of feminine intuitive, I get that, but it doesn't have to mean that your partner, like it doesn't mean anything about the gender of your partner. It just means that this is somebody who maybe previously didn't feel that they were empowered and now feeling empowered. And it's like they're trying to find ways to go forward that way. I don't know, I'm having a weird feeling with this card because I know some people see that the Isis and they get this certain connotation in their head about what that means. Which this card has nothing to do with that political group. This has more to do with self-empowerment. And I'm not one to allow somebody pulling that or appropriating that name to destroy what it actually means. So I'm still feeling like this is self-empowerment, strength. I'm getting this person has a lot of strength, and they're trying to figure out things for themselves. I'm getting that they're having a hard time getting there with the Four of Swords and the healing here, which I'm more when I'm seeing the healing with this person, I'm feeling like they have to sleep on it. Like it's slowly coming forward in their dreams. Like it might be one of those things where they wake up in the morning and they're going through their own thoughts. Maybe they've woken up with an epiphany or two and they're going through things because it feels like a lot of this situation you're dealing with is on your partner side. It's originating there. They're trying to understand things. They're trying to bring themselves up a level. And I'm getting the challenge card for them, which makes sense to me, is the Ace of Swords in the sense of like communication. And I feel like they should be. See, I feel like this is more, you're keeping it internal. And I don't feel like they're expressing to you what's actually happening with them. And I feel like they're doing a lot of internalized work, and I feel like it's making you feel separate from them. Is that true? No. They're like, no, took that the wrong way. Okay. So they got a lot of internalized stuff going on here. Do you know? You know something's up. You know something's up. You're wondering what it is. I'm getting like, I don't feel you pressuring them to tell you. But I do feel like something's off here. Because I'm seeing, they may seem like they're discontent with something. Something about you? No. Something about a situation? Something about a situation that you both deal with. They may feel like they're discontent. But what I'm actually getting is that they're trying to find another way to handle it so where they can move it to the next level. I don't want to say they're discontent. I don't feel like they're satisfied, though. But I don't feel like they're accepting a situation for what it is. And I'm getting like the way it appears to you is like it's going fairly well. It's just there's a spot here that they're not happy with, and you're wondering what they're going to do about that. Something in the shadows coming forward. Like, what are they thinking? Where are they going? Because you know that they have other ideas. They're trying to figure out a different way to handle it. And I'm getting like these people in the background. It's almost like you're wondering what's going on. Because they seem to be searching out answers, but I don't feel them talking to you. Are they talking to other people? Some of them. It's a general read, so I get that could be happening. Let's do that. They're not happy with the situation. That is true, but they're not accepting it either. They're looking to evolve it. They're looking to change it. And I'm looking at this card. I probably should be showing it to you. It's the Four of Cups that I'm looking at, and it's usually like having a good amount of stuff, but not having what you actually want. It doesn't fit for them. I'm getting there's things behind the scenes. They're still thinking it out. They're working out how to get that fourth cup. 3 is good, but they need the fourth. They're looking at it like they need the fourth. And they're working on how to make that happen. They're not accepting that they can't have that fourth cup. They're not accepting that. Now, your challenge card I'm seeing here is the Three of Cups. I'm getting this situation requires more cooperation, but it's not from you, it's from other people involved. It feels like there's more people involved here. There's you, your partner, and there's somebody else. There's at least one other person, at least. And I'm getting there's more cooperation needed, and I feel like you could be a part of what makes this go right. I feel like you have to work with people. You have to talk it out with people. You might have to be a little bit more sly than you want to be. And I don't mean that in the sense of like you have to find out secrets or like, I don't know, I just feel like you have to like hold back what you're feeling and thinking a little more so that the other people or person, whoever you're dealing with, will share more about what they're feeling. I don't feel like you need to be deceptive in the sense of like you have to put forth something that you don't really feel. I just feel like you might have to hold back a little bit more about what you're thinking so that the other person keeps talking so you can get a little deeper and find out where they're actually coming from. Because if you say what you're feeling, it could shut them off. So I feel like that's a little bit more sly, just like holding it back for the purpose of finding out where they're really standing. I don't feel like it's bad because I don't feel like you will permanently not tell them how you feel. But I also think that you kind of got to be a little smart and let it kind of come forward. Let them talk. Let them tell you how they feel so that you can see like what needs to be done here, because I'm getting information you could gain by doing this. You might be able to bring forward to your partner about what is actually happening here and why that fourth cup may not be an option. Now, this is interesting. You got the Eight of Wands here. So something may have changed the situation recently, and your partner seems a little bit detached? No, what do I want to say? Like they're on their own. They're not I don't feel them talking it out with you. But like there's a bump in the road here with this same situation. And I'm getting something happens fast and I'm getting you're the one who catches it. And I almost feel like you're the one who's also trying to deal with it. The same situation. You catch it, you're dealing with it. I'm not feeling your partner involved in this. I don't even feel like for some of you, I don't even feel like your partner's aware of it. Same situation that your partner is just like, it's almost like they're on their own, and it's not a situation where they're only handling it themselves. You're a part of this, but I feel like they're trying to get the answers on their own. And I'm getting like something pops up, something happens quick. You seem to catch it and deal with it. I don't feel that your partner knows about it. I feel like this might be also... See, this is your challenge card with the Three of Cups, though. Maybe that's part of the challenge. Handling it and just kind of letting it... Kind of like putting out the fire and moving on from it without saying much about it. Although I feel like there's a reason for that. That seems to be not the best thing, though. You know, holding back, being more social, getting what the other person's thinking, so you can like evolve it or find out really why that fourth cup isn't an option, and this Four of Cups for your partner. I can understand that makes sense, but like I feel like this curveball that comes at you that you catch, you deal with and put it down. Like, that's all right, took care of that. Because I'm feeling like you're kind of letting that go to the wayside. Like, why make a big deal about it? I'm getting that might not be the best thing. Because I'm getting this as a part of like why this fourth cup is not an option. Your partner seems to keep concentrating, how do I get that fourth cup? Now, we're still going forward. I get that. I'm getting this situation. So you have the Ace of Cups here with the Seven of Pentacles. You're tending to it. The situation isn't done. There's a lot more work that seems to be necessary to me. And you're working on it. You're making it better. You're not giving up on it, but you're realizing more has to keep going forward. And I'm getting the Ace of Cups is like you're dedicated to it. You and your partner and whatever the situation is, there's a lot of a grounding emotional connection for you. The Ace of Cups tells me you're fully invested. I know that may seem weird for the Ace of Cups, but I'm getting it's almost like a family thing. Because when I get Ace of Cups for you, that's like your heart's in it. You're fully invested. Your partner is a part of this, but I feel like this is more expressing your dedication to the situation. And I'm feeling like you realize this is going to take a lot more work. You're more than aware of that. If this reading is hitting, I feel like you're more than aware of that. You're also, I feel like when your partner's trying to figure stuff out and they're kind of going to the wayside a little bit, they're really trying to figure out how to get that fourth cup. They're like obsessed with it is what I'm getting. You're letting them do that because I feel like it makes it easier for you to handle things. That's another reason why that seems to be happening. But I'm also getting at some point that can't be allowed to continue too long. Because at some point, I do feel like you're going to get to that spot where you have to go towards your partner with the King of Swords energy. I feel like you have to put it right on the table, what's going on, what their involvement is currently doing to the situation. Because I feel like they're thinking, like they're obsessing about this fourth cup. And the thing about this card is that fourth cup is usually not attainable. Usually. And it's usually like that's what a person is centering on. They want that fourth cup. They got those three options, but they want the fourth that's not in their grasp. And sometimes people obsess about that, and it causes a lot of problems. And I'm thinking that might be happening here with your partner. I originally didn't feel that way, but I'm kind of feeling it more. This feels more in the future, like they're not letting it go. They're not accepting the situation. And I'm feeling like you're seeing that, and you're just like, listen. You were kind of doing your own thing, thinking it out, or whatever you were doing. I don't know what you were doing, but you seem disconnected from it. I feel like you're going towards your partner like this, but this can't keep going like this. Like, you have to be involved. Because, and I'm just trying to see what's going on next here, because I feel that the Moon card is on your partner's side, but how is that hitting? Because I feel like you're coming towards your partner. Like, it was okay for a while that they're on their own. They're just kind of trying to figure it out. I feel like you kind of realize, you don't know what they're thinking, but you do realize that they're trying to kind of work it out. Maybe, depending on how you're viewing your partner. You just know that they're over there doing their own thing, and you're just kind of handling it. And for a time, that's okay with you. But I'm getting in the future, as it keeps going on, it's too much. Because after a while, you're just like, all right. All right, I was able to catch a couple things and squelch a couple things, but this is too much. I don't want to handle this all by myself. Like, you need to get back involved here. Because I feel like this hermit feeling is going on too long. And you're like, come on. And I'm getting that King of Swords energy on your side, like you're pulling them back in, you're telling them. You're telling them how it is. I feel like that's him, her, they, however that hits for you. Because I'm getting like it's pressure. Like I'm getting that pressure right here, like this is weighing on you. At first it was okay because it gave you some flexibility that you could use, but as time is wearing on, it's wearing on you. And you're like, it's becoming too much of a burden. I need you to support me. I need you to take up your piece of this situation, own your part of it, so we can work together and make this better or deal with it or handle it together. And I'm getting when you first do that, that's the Moon card for your partner, because I feel like they're in this weird state where they realize that fourth cup, they have no idea how to get that fourth cup. They have no idea how to get that. And the moon is saying the reason they're stuck on it is because they're in some type of fantasy world thinking they can get that fourth cup. Whatever this situation, whatever like resolution they're hoping for, it's fantasy. It's not going to happen. They've been obsessed with it too long. They wanted a different solution that would be better for everybody, especially the way they're feeling about it. It's not going to happen. And they need to let that go. And I'm especially getting that with the card that makes it better for them is the High Priestess. They need to really look at the situation for the truth of it, accept the good and the bad. Yes, there's definitely some unfavorable things here, but there's a lot of good going on here too. There are 3 cups in this on this card of the 4 cups. There's 3 of them that are still working to their benefit. They can't have that 4th one that they want, but you know what? There's enough here that they can make it work out. And I'm getting that's what makes it work. That's what makes this situation better. The High Priestess, they have to accept they can't have it exactly the way they want. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be some bad with some good. They're just going to have to get in line with you and just help make it work out. Because they feel like the sooner they accept the situation for what it truly is, the sooner you feel better. Like, I'm getting a lot going on here with you. The last 3 cards for you that make things better are the Victory card, in my opinion, which is the 6 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, which is kind of like progress has been made, but there's a lot more to go. That's how I feel about that card. And then right on top of it is confidence. Like, I feel like you have more confidence in the situation when your partner checks back in. And I want to be fair. I don't feel like they checked out, but it felt like they did because you were holding it all and they were thinking it through. And you were handling it and they were thinking it out. While you were handling it, that started to really weigh on you because even though they were thinking it out, you didn't really know what they were doing. And it just felt like you were on your own. I feel like it got to a point anyway where it felt like you were on your own. So once you pull that back in, they accept the situation for what it is, which at some point, sooner or later, they're going to need to. That brings things back in balance for you. You're seeing it like you have more confidence in the situation working out in the long run. And you're realizing there's a lot more work to be done here, but I don't feel like you're held down by it, to be fair. I do have to admit, though, I do see this going forward a lot more work. And I understand they're trying to bring themselves to a spot where they feel like they have more strength. I feel like they want to have more control. But I feel like the Isis inspiration here with the Hermit card, I feel like the Isis inspiration is trying to connect them to the High Priestess card in the sense of like they have to accept the good and the bad. This is not going to be wrapped up in a nice bow in any sort of way. And I feel like they keep trying to find a way to make that happen. Not like they can just like wrap it up and fix it all at once. They're looking for a better solution. They don't like the solution they currently have. They seem to think there's a better one. It's just not happening. And I just feel like the longer they wait, the more it's just like it's more like chasing after fool's gold. It's not really there. It's not really of any value. It's not going to get you anything. Anything else with this? All right. I think we're good with Cancer relationships. Let's do Cancer single. Messages for single Cancers. Messages for single Cancers. Empowering information for single Cancers to help them see the truth of the situation, help them find what they're looking for, help them go forward in a way that they want with information that really will help them see the truth of what's happening and help them plan for the future based on what they're looking for. Okay. Alright, so the Queen of Pentacles wanted to jump right out here. That makes me feel like you're looking for longevity, which, that makes sense to me. Alright, they're saying put that down. Let's shuffle these. You're looking for longevity. Okay. And I shouldn't laugh because I just don't know exactly how this is going to work out yet, to be fair with you. I'm getting, like, you're looking for, like, someone to build a life with at this point. For those that this is clicking with, I'm getting the dating phase is kind of like you're over the dating phase. You don't really want to keep dating people. You want to find somebody to actually build a relationship with. Let's see how this is going to play out. See, you got the Queen of Pentacles at the top. You got definite thoughts about what's going on here. And I see in the center, it feels like somebody's already a part of this, to be honest with you. Is that correct? It does feel like that's what's happening. Because you got the Queen of Pentacles at the top. You got the Four of Swords where you're standing. You've been putting a lot of thought into this. And you're looking at the person you're attracted to. It's still in a dating phase. I don't feel like anything's cemented in at this point. I mean, it's a singles read, or at the very least, you're considering this is so new, you still feel like you're connecting to a singles read. This person, you're putting a lot of thought here. And you're just like, can I invest in this person? Because in the past, I'm getting this person was more elusive. This person seems more elusive in the past. And you seem to have had feelings for this person for a while, but you just you couldn't tack them down. He, her, they, however that worked. You just couldn't tack them down. They seemed very hard to get a hold of or whatever. You couldn't really understand where they were going. Things felt unstable, I want to say, with this card, and I'm getting like you almost gave it up. But the feelings were there. And I feel like recently, or whenever time this is happening here, I am getting like the Two of Cups going into the Eight of Pentacles. I'm getting there's a very strong, passionate connection here. Equal. But I'm also getting like the Eight of Pentacles. Even though that passionate connection is there, I'm getting you're pushing this other person to really question what they want. Because I'm getting this energy has been hard to tack down. And at this point, it's still not, you still don't got you still don't have a stable or steady grasp on it, whatever you want to say. You can't hold on to it too tightly. You can't hold on to it too loosely, but either way, it's got to want to stay on its own. It's not going to work if you just kind of try to hold it and keep it captive. It has to want to stay. And I'm getting the Eight of Pentacles with the Two of Cups is like you have them really thinking about it. Do they want to do this? And the Eight is telling me they're doing the mental work to decide if this is something they're ready for. Now, and I'm seeing this card, I just want to show them where I'm getting part of this from. And environmentally, I'm getting the Hermit. Like, I really feel like this person is giving it honest thought. They're looking at you, what you're about, where you're going. They're thinking about what life would be like with you, what type of possibilities, how things would feel. Like, they're just seeing, like, is this for me? Do I want to do this? It's not about the passion. It's about the restriction. And I feel like that's how they're viewing it, to be fair. And this may be an undeveloped thought in the sense of, like, they may have references where they feel like a relationship, a committed relationship, could be very restrictive, and they're like, I don't know if I really want that. And they're realizing the type of relationship you want, or the type of relationship they feel that you want, could be very restrictive to them. And they're really putting in the thought, like, the passion is there, but am I going to be okay with this? Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to want out after a while? Am I going to do something to self-destruct this situation? Like, they're really giving it some thought. Like, how am I really going to react if I go through with it? They're giving it honest thought. I feel like this is really good. I don't know how that sounds on the other side of the camera, of course, to you, but I do feel like this is like, if this is going to really have an honest chance, this is the best chance you're going to have for this to actually happen, because the other person is really investing their own personal time. They're not talking it out with you. They're going through their honest emotions and feeling out where they truly stand, because they need to know that. If they're going to commit to this, they have to know that that's what they want. They have to know that they have to have the confidence that they can do this. Because I feel like they're looking at you like you're very serious. And it's not, like, I'm getting, they're feeling that Queen of Pentacles energy. You want to build something here. You're not looking to date anymore. I feel like you're over it. I don't know how that sounds, but, like, I don't feel like you want to find out, like, who's a good idea what possibilities are this one? What possibility? I don't feel like that's at all what you want. You want to find the right one. You want to build something from that. I feel like you don't want to keep dating. I just feel like that's one of those things you're like, "Ugh, I'm so sick of dating. That's how it feels. Which I don't know how many of you that's going to hit for, but that's how it definitely feels when I'm pulling into that energy. The thing is, and I'm seeing this now, they want me to address this. When it comes to this energy with this person thinking it out, I don't think you're seeing that. I think you're wondering what they're doing, to be honest. Because you got the moon card at the bottom, because they're not communicating. And I saw that with the hermit before, but I wasn't realizing what a big issue that is. They're not telling you that they're thinking it out. You have the moon card. You're just like, what is happening with you? What is going on? Like, can you tell me? Are you interested? Are you not? Do you want to do this? Do you not? Because I'm feeling you're wondering if this is even something that's actually got a chance, or if they're just kind of ditching you. I feel like that's part of your worry. Like, are they ditching me? Like, like I'm not getting a lot of communication. They seem to be evading. They seem elusive a little bit. Like, I don't think they're ignoring you, but I feel like they're telling you that they have to think things out. But the way they're saying it, the way you're receiving it, doesn't seem to match to me. I feel like to them, they're communicating to you that they have to think it out, but to you, it sounds like they're trying to kind of like have their cake and eat it too, or just kind of walk away from the situation. You're not really sure which. But I do feel like they're honestly thinking it out. The situation with the moon at the bottom here tells me it's going to be a while before you really know where you stand with this person. Even though they're thinking it out, I feel like it's going to take them a little bit of time. Now, it comes into the future, and I'm getting the High Priestess. This is telling me when the two of you come back together after this moment, I don't feel like this person is finished working it out in their own head. I don't feel like they know yet, but they want to get to know you a little more, or they want to get a little closer to you. They want to like test out the waters. I don't know if that's coming off right, because I feel like they want to like go on a few more dates. I feel like there's like specific things they want to do with you, just to see how you match, to see how you handle certain things, to see how the two of you work through things together. Like, I feel like they want to date a few more months, because they're not sure yet. They honestly aren't. But they're looking at it at the tone you are. Like, they realize you're serious, and that if this goes forward, you're looking to really cement in. And they get that. So they are giving it serious thought. And I do feel like this is the High Priestess for you coming forward saying, this could happen, but this person needs more information. They want to date. It feels like 2 to 3 more months before they really know. But at the end of that period, they will know where they stand. This is either going to be a very stable relationship, or if they don't think it's going to match, it's going to end. The High Priestess is telling you this is actually a gift. Instead of like somebody just giving it a shot and hoping for the best, they're investing and they're really trying to figure it out. In the next 2 to 3 months, they will. And if they go forward, they believe wholeheartedly that this can work. If they go the other way, it's because they didn't think it was going to last. So they decided not to waste either of your time. So I know this might be harsh, because I feel like that might be coming across a little harsh. But the High Priestess, the gift of the High Priestess here is like balancing out the good and bad to find out what is truly in front of you. It's not just seeing what you want to see, what is actually here. And this other person is half of that. They need to see what's actually here as well. Are we good? Okay. Now, the way this is ending, I am getting that this other person, whoever you're attracted to, they had victory. Like, they will figure out one way or another. Like, I really do feel they're either going to be yes or no. They're not going to be in the middle land anymore. It's going to be like, I feel like it's 2 to 3 more months. I know it's a general read, but that's what they keep throwing my way, so I'm going to spit it out. 2 to 3 more months of dating, and then they're going to know yes or no. They're not going to be in the middle land anymore. They're going to figure out what they need to see, and they're going to know where they stand. So if it goes your way, the way you'd like it to, this is going to be a really good match. If it goes the opposite way, which I'm not sure, it doesn't really feel, I don't feel very strong with that, but, you know, it's for the best that way too. Because I'm getting like this person, the dating seems more intense. After this moment with the High Priestess, I'm getting the dating seems more intense. Like it's more frequent, there's more conversations, there's more keeping in contact with each other. It's weird because I feel like it's not in like I don't feel like there's a committed relationship here, but I feel like it's really getting close to it. Like this person is really investing time to really get to know you. This is your honest like, and it's not just about you. So I don't want it to come off like you're under the microscope, because you get to see them too. Like this should go both ways. But they want to see who you really are, how you two match up. But I also want them. I also feel like they want you to know who they are, and they want more to come out about who they are as well. So it's like, yes, they're looking at you very closely and how do you match, but they want you to see them too. They want you to see them in the same light. Like if you feel like you're under the microscope, they want to put themselves under that microscope as well. Like this isn't a one-sided thing. Like they want to see you, but they want you to see them, because like them just seeing who you are isn't enough. You have to see who they are too, and they're trying to present that too. So it's not just a one-sided thing. So I hope that comes off correctly, because I feel like they're looking at this like you need to know them and they need to know you, and they need to know, like you both need to know how you honestly match up. Honestly match up. Like when things go bad, do you rise above and work it out together, or do you like flip out and have fights? Like what actually happens? Do things resolve or do things get worse? Like what really happens? And they're looking to see the reality of it. What actually happens? Not just like talking it out like, oh, I think we can work it out. No, they want to see it. They want to see it in action. And I got this psychic protection here, and I'm feeling like they're telling you to have a third-party perspective. Third-party perspective about what's happening. They're saying, like, protect yourself, protect your emotions a little bit. Step outside of the situation and see what the other person's really doing and see why they're doing it. See how this is actually a good thing. Because I feel like this is good. Like, they're saying what the other person is doing, they're saying you should do the same. You should look at them and, like, look at them closely, too. Put out yourself. Put out what's different about you. What are things you wouldn't normally tell people that you would want this person to know if you're going to be in a relationship? Put it out there. See how they react. Like, because I feel like they're gonna. Whoever this person is, I feel like they're going to do that for you. Because I'm getting the psychic protection, and it feels like you're kind of rising above it and having, like, this third-party perspective, kind of like, you know what? How do we actually work out? Like, when we have disagreements, do we talk it out and work it out and things get better, or do we flip out and fight and things get worse? Or worse, do we work it out, talk it out, and then things just don't improve? Or possibly do we fight it out and things get better? Like, what type of, like, things can go a lot of different ways. How do they work out for you and this person? What do you want? Psychic protection is telling me, like, protect your emotions a little bit here. Pull yourself back just a little bit. And think about this in the long term. 5 years from now, if this keeps going the same way it has been, do you like this, or is this wearing you down? Does this make you feel stronger? Does this make you feel weaker? Like, if you think about the same pattern you've been going through with this person, continuing over the next 5 years, do you feel empowered, or do you feel less than? What do you feel? How do you feel about that? Because I'm getting the psychic protection is like, pull your emotions back, pull back the love feelings. Like, you know, if you're very attracted to this person, that's great, but pull that back and just look at this objectively for a moment. How you really get along with this person. Do you feel good after you talk with this person? Like, do you feel good after you have disagreements? Like, after the disagreement, do you work it out and you feel good about that? Or after the disagreement, do you talk it out and just feel worse than you did to begin with? Really, they're like, really assess how you feel. What do you want? Because it's not all about them. It's half and half here. Because I'm afraid it might be coming off that way, and I don't want it to come off that way. They're putting a lot of thought in this, yes. And I'm getting that they're the ones who are holding back. I get that. But this seems to be a gift for both of you. Because I'm getting, whether this falls left or right, and I actually feel like this is going a good direction, to be fair. Hopefully it is, because I feel like it is. It is a general read, granted. But even if it's not, I feel like you're able to take something from this and apply it to other situations in the future to give you a better chance of finding what you really want. I feel like a lot of you are going to end up with this person, though. Because I don't feel like this is against the grain. Um, there are some of you that really have to look really closely and just be careful of the picking at. Because I feel like if you have that thing where it seems like you both have the same goals, you seem to be oriented in a family sense, but you kind of pick at each other and you kind of one up each other with the picking at each other, that's a red flag. It doesn't mean either of you are bad, but if you find yourself catching into this, picking at one and then they have to one up you and then you have to one up them and then they have to one up you, that's a red flag because that's going to get a lot worse over time. That's not going to get better. And it may be semi cute now, it's not going to be cute in a year. I feel like that's the only thing that I'm pulling in here. If you're doing that one up picking at each other, like if it's just like a little sideways comment, and then they have to one up your comment, and then you have to one up their comment, I'm telling you, that's not good. It may seem semi cute right now. It will not be in a year. It certainly won't be in 5 years, because that will not stop. That's just the beginning of a pattern between the two of you. You may be good people, you may not be good together. Just remember that too, especially if they get that one up thing, because I'm feeling that if you get that one up thing, I'm telling you, I'm feeling like some of you are going to be like, I can work through that. I don't know. Really look at that honestly, because it's going to get more intense over time. Think about when you're in a bad mood and you start doing that. Think of it in that context. Are we good? All right, they're like, that's enough. Just let it go. Because I'm thinking of a couple people, because I'm thinking about Cancer, and like, there's a certain sign Cancer doesn't match with. I don't know if I should say it. It's Capricorn. And it's not always, depends how each person identifies with their sign. I know good Cancers and good Capricorns, and they go at each other, and sometimes it's amazing. It's amazing how mean they can be to each other. They can be so nice to everybody else, but when it comes to each other, it gets really brutal. So just you might want to think about that. All right, I'm gonna end that there. Thank you for watching. If you would like a reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.